CJ Baxter. Gosh. I mean, when I was trying to evaluate that running back class from last year, you had guys like Ruben Owens who were really good at the top of the class, but I kept coming back to CJ Baxter or Cedric, as I guess Cedric Baxter Jr. CJ. He is so good, man. He's so dynamic. He's elusive. He's got that that quick TJ Yeldon, that quick cut. You know what I'm saying? That uh, just like elusive in that sense where those tackles, those wrap up tackles become arm tackles, and then you just run right through them. CJ Baxter is an absolute stud. My prediction is that he runs for over 1,300 yards next year. Um, he's absurd. He's going to be running behind an absolutely loaded offensive line. He's going to have a very nice quarterback back there, very nice set of receivers out there. And if you're telling me that he can't do what Jonathan Brooks did this year, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. Jonathan Brooks is a stud, though. Like, very underrated. Unfortunate that he got hurt. And I hope his rehab's going a lot better. And I'm sure he'll get his opportunities in the NFL. But in terms of overall talent and potential and ceiling, like CJ Baxter has a chance to push that. He has a chance to push that ceiling that Jonathan Brooks put up there.
Oh yeah, I mean, and first of all, there has been a line of elite running backs in Texas, not just in the Steve Sarkisian era, but also before that. Go all the way back to Ricky Williams, another Cedric Benson, right? Obviously, Donta Foreman. You've had studs, obviously. The Mister. Jeez Louise, how am I forgetting his name for the
Well,
Falcons?
Bijan
Bijan, thank
Robinson,
you, and Roshan Johnson. I'll throw him
Roshan.
out there as well. But yeah, this is I wouldn't say a crowded room, but I would say it's very top heavy in terms of yes, you graduate Keelan Robinson and Jonathan Brooks, but you still have Jaden Blue, right? True junior that we really like here, and so well as Savion Red, two guys that ran the ball really well last year. At the end of last year, and yes, CJ Baxter I think is the most explosive and dangerous out of all of them. So which is why I think he's going to be the guy. And obviously, in yes, you're bringing in a lot of hot shots, and you feel really good about the wide receiver room and the tight end room that Texas has. Obviously, Quinn Ewers and that O line are coming back, but you lose Xavier Worthy, you lose A.D. Mitchell, Jordan Whittingham, Jatavian Sanders. You mentioned Jonathan Brooks. Like you lose a lot of production, and it's not just gonna be plug and play for that wide receiver room, right? And obviously Quinn Ewers, who I'm pretty high on, but also like we've seen him struggle at times, and I don't know if he's a sure thing this coming year. CJ Baxter is. He really is. You saw him absolutely shred Washington. If they gave him the ball more, they probably would have won that football game, right? He's
Man,
got an elite line. Sarkisian, yes, he doesn't run the ball enough, but when he does run the ball, it's really creative. It's really well done. They have open holes and all that stuff for a guy like CJ Baxter at 6'1", 215 pounds to really take advantage of. Yeah, I love it here. CJ Baxter, like you mentioned, was a freak coming out of high school, and he pushed his way in a very crowded football room, crowded running back room to the top, and it was honestly a starter for some of those games. Obviously, Jonathan Brooks went down, so that helped with his playing time as well. But regardless, so take nothing away from CJ Baxter. He is a stud.
yeah, this offensive line is going to be, uh, I mean, nutty next year. It's going to be nutty. I mean, on the left side, Jake Majors, Hayden Connor, Kelvin Banks. That is ridiculous right there. That half is going to be insane. On the right side, well, I guess yeah, Cameron Williams, DJ Campbell. I don't know. Is Cole Hudson going to play? I mean, he could play. That's another
You
good
got
backup.
depth
I
there.
mean,
Yeah.
you got depth. I mean, just yeah, he's going to be. It's man, and look, the tight end room, Jatavian Sanders, he's gone. It'll be fine. You're getting a receiving threat in the transfer portal over there from Bama, but the reality is, if you want some certainty in this offense, just know that this running attack is not going anywhere. And I think when Steve Sarkisian is sitting there in his office and he's watching the what are they playing? They playing the Sugar Bowl. He's watching the
Yeah.
Sugar Bowl and he's watching it. And he's just watching CJ Baxter just shred Washington. And then he's gonna think to himself, why didn't I do that more? He's gonna think, let's do that more. Yeah. I mean, last year their rushing attack was already insane. 5 yards a carry, which is good for a top 20 rating. They averaged 188 yards per game. And he only ran the ball 51% of the time, which is like bottom half. That's absurd. So they were a top 20 rushing attack team, but they ran it at a bottom half rate. So hopefully we see that change in the next year for CJ Baxter's sake and for our sake, so that we look good. You know, he's gonna run for like 1,400 yards. Mark my words, he's a stud.
Well, and you're gonna know right away, right? They go to Ann Arbor the second in week 2. But this is a Michigan team that, yes, they shut down Alabama in their running game, but they're also, you're looking at 5 guys at the NFL Combine right now from that front 7. That is open season for Texas. I get there's some guys still there. They'll be fine. They'll be okay, right? Defensively. But CJ Baxter, I think, is the key to winning that football game. Going to Ann Arbor, the running game and defense travels. And Steve Sarkisian knows that. I get it. You see the flash, you see the quarterbacks, you see the receivers he's produced and all that fun stuff, the motion. But let's be real. Steve Sarkisian understands what it takes to win in the SEC. Defense and running game, controlling the line of scrimmage, to be able to close out football games against really good football teams, and having a guy like CJ Baxter to do that when everyone knows you're going to run the football is massive, and continuing to win games that you have to win in the SEC and not blow leads.
Yeah, 2019, 2020 Bama, that was Najee Harris, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Najee Harris both years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Steve Sarkisian knows what to do with an elite running back. So for people that don't think he knows what to do, I think he'll figure it out. I think he'll figure it out.